What's up, guys? It's Alex. Women do not like to answer questions. What do I mean by that? Well, in almost 80 to 90% of the people I've come across, or the women that I've talked to, I have a similar way of talking to them that makes them feel like they're being interviewed. And immediately they start getting uncomfortable the moment you start asking hard-hitting questions. What does that mean? Well, if you're a guy like me and you just happen to be in relationship mode, you ask hard-hitting questions so that you don't end up with some trifling trailer park trash that's for the streets, the highway, or the mass turnpike. You want to make sure that the woman is centered, ready, self-aware, selfless, a good match for you. So what I do is I ask as many questions as possible, and I think women get really put off or intimidated or insecure about the potential answers because the questions I ask, I don't think are out of the ordinary, but they have trouble answering them. So what are the questions that I ask when, dating someone or going on a date to see if I can get to know them really well? Well, obviously you get the regular crap out of the way. Where are you from? What's your background? What do you like to do for fun? Hobbies? What do you do for work? Do you have kids? Yada, yada, yada. So if they do have kids, one of the main questions I do ask is, what is your relationship like with the father? And that's where red flags usually start to pop up. If they have a bad relationship with the father out of spite, like I've seen more bad relationships with the child's father out of spite than anything. Because in my opinion, if you have a kid with someone, you gotta be somewhat friendly or cordial so that the kid doesn't think you both are scumbags. And that tells me how you handle certain situations. Crisis management. Also, I really start to get into the matrix of knowing them. Why? Because if you ask about their background, how they grew up, and all those things, you pretty much get to know how the person is going to treat you. So I say is, well, tell me about your family, tell me about your siblings. Usually, kids that are only child are spoiled brats. They're absolutely ridiculously spoiled brats, and they expect to be given everything because they were given everything as a child because they were the only one. Or the extreme opposite, where they are so desperate to be with someone because they've been alone all their life that they'll latch on to anybody. You kind of have to play it by ear when it comes to that one. Then you ask about their relationship with their father, which, if you guys watch my live streams, it is the most crucial question ever asked of any female. What is your relationship like with your father? Because that was the male role model in your life, and I need to know how you view men going forward. And then, usually, depending on that answer, it kind of, lets me go down a different path. I am not going to discount you as a potential long-term dating partner if you had a bad relationship with your father, as long as you recognize what that can do to you when how you treat men in the future. Then they start complaining once they start asking more and more questions. Why does this sound like an interview? I'm sorry, how the hell am I supposed to get to know you? Not like an interview, like a very cold kind of like dry interview. I say, tell me about your father. Tell me what he did for a living. Did him and your mom split up? Are they still together? Are they still alive? Do you have siblings? Because 9 times out of 10, women don't know how to carry a conversation. Actually, 10 times out of 10, women don't know how to carry a conversation, and I'm the guy pulling the heavy weight. I'm doing the heavy lifting of the whole conversation because women just sit there and look pretty. Now, I do like to go into their past relationships when it comes to asking questions. A lot of men don't like that. A lot of women don't like that subject matter. I do. Why? Because it tells me where you're at currently. At what stage of dating life you're currently at. Are you on the rebound? Are you looking to have babies ASAP? Been there, done that. We talked about it on many videos. Are you looking to basically find some sucker beta? Right? Because I'm not a beta. I'm not going to get treated like a beta. And if you start giving me beta vibes or like alpha vibes as a female, I don't want nothing to do with you. No offense. So a lot of women that don't like to answer questions tend to tend to get defensive.
Why do you
tend to get really defensive once you start asking questions that is really going to get to know them, like are really going to get to know them. They feel, uh-oh, he's asking those questions that I am not certain I want to answer. I'm an open book. I will tell you everything that's going on in my life. Why? Number one, I'm ready to date. And if someone's going to accept me, they're going to accept me for positives and negatives. I'm not going to hide who I am so that 3 or 4 months into the relationship, I found out you have been double fisting cocks most of your life, and now you want to get straight with a nice, good guy after you've been double fisting it for most of your life. I don't want some trifling ass getting pounded at Duffy's type chick to be my girlfriend, especially if I don't do my due diligence and do the work and put in the hard effort of getting to know you. So the question asking might sound like an interview process for you, but it is a vetting process for me. So when I hear women complain about guys going out for their looks, guys are only going out with me because, I'm an attractive woman and I wish a guy really got to know me and all this bull crap. But then at the same breath, you're complaining that he's asking too many questions. So which is it? Do you want a guy to like you for you? Or do you want a guy that asks you nothing, still seeks you out, and you wonder why he's attracted to you? A lot of women go, well, I don't know what a man's intentions are. Well, if he's not asking you any questions, what do you think his intentions are? If he's just looking at you and gawking at you and saying how pretty you are and letting you squawk about your insanely uninteresting things, he wants to just smash. He doesn't want to get to know you. If a guy is out there really talking, really spitting bars, he's asking you questions of hard-hitting stuff, that means he wants to get to know the nucleus of you, what made you become who you are today. And a lot of women seem to be really insecure about that. Maybe they don't want to open up about their life. Maybe they don't want the guy that they're just meeting for the first time knowing that much about you. Well, okay, so when you're on a date, what do you talk about? And how do you conduct a conversation? Well, it's really nice out today. Can you believe it's 85 degrees in March? I mean, well, I'd rather just fucking stay home or shoot myself than to have that kind of conversation with a complete stranger. So I get the stuff done out of the way when it comes to the phone conversation. If I think you're attractive, let's say if it's online dating, if I think you're attractive, get your number, get the phone stuff out of the way, and you haven't tripped balls about the questions I'm asking you, we can go on a date, and then we can have a casual conversation about things. If the first real conversation we are having is face-to-face, and you don't look exactly what I thought you'd look like, I'm not going to ask you anything. If you're insanely attractive and I'm in smash mode, I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm just going to let you blab on about your day. If I think you're a keeper, if I think you're down for the cause, if I think you would fit into my life really nicely, and I really want to get to know you at a deep level, get ready to be interviewed, ladies. That's how you know the guy's into you. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later.